So this section is called Life is Rarely a Straight Line, sponsored by HSBC, where we go through the trials and tribulations of players on and off the field. And today we're going to start with you, Asia. Obviously you went through the ACL.
The iconic
ACL. Can you please talk us through that? Because obviously you went from an incredible low in your career prior to going to probably the pinnacle of your career so far. So I'd love to know a lot more about that story.
Yeah, for sure. So I tore my ACL one day, just like any other normal training day, in August 2022, right before the Sevens World Cup, which would have been my first Sevens World Cup if selected. But unfortunately, didn't work out that way. I ended up getting surgery in September of 2022. And it was about a 10 to 11 month process of just rehabbing and getting back onto the field. But yeah, I would say that was definitely, although very grateful for all of the lessons I've learned and all of the support that I had from my teammates and family. It was still a really unfortunate situation.
Having seen so many guys in my team over the years go through it, it's like, you know they're doing it, you're trying to support them as much as you can, but there's so much, even being in the team environment, that you don't even see that they're going through. It's just a completely another journey that everyone has to fight through to get through it, and to see people come back from it is just really inspiring.
Yeah.
And then be able to, also the ability to kind of get back to where you were prior to the injury, and then some people even can get back further.
It. Yeah. I feel like that's a little bit of like what happened with me. Like, at that point, it was my first year on the series. I had only gone to like 4 stops. And each time, like, I would kind of cross my fingers and like hope to get selected for each one. That was kind of the position I was playing at the time on the team. And then injury happened. But all of the gratitude that I had for playing the game really came back during my rehab, because there was nothing else I wanted more than to be able to be on the field with my team. It also taught me how to support my teammates through more than just scoring 5 points, but like watching their games and seeing like when they get tired or what they might need, what they need to hear when they come off of the field during like a 7v7 grab, what they need, if they want Gato or water. I was the water girl. And also just confidence. Like I didn't want to get back onto the field knowing I had gone through all of those trials and tribulations and get back on the field and not be confident in myself. I wanted to go through that and really kind of like be proud of the support that I was given from my teammates and family and friends, and be able to showcase that, and also just like kind of like put on for myself as well. So there was the tough side of it, but I think like everything happens for a reason, and I learned so much more than I lost.
Well done, and keep going. You've got a long career ahead of you, and there's a lot more to go. And yeah, amazing journey that you've been on. And George, for yourself, I kind of want to get maybe more into Kenya rugby in itself, and maybe the Kenyan players, they have to fight more potentially, they have to dig deeper, they have to come from way different environments. What is that journey like for a lot of those guys, coming from a less supported sport than some of the other teams that you'd see here on the 7 Series?
Okay, it's tough. We're having personally, like for instance, myself, I've been through a lot to get to where I am right now, and you can't be rewarded without giving out something. You have to show us, then you get a reward. For instance, we're having Sport Pesa, and we are having Safaricom also came through, and big up to Safaricom and Sport Pesa. They've really given us the full support. Actually, since I came to the rugby union, joining the Kenya Sevens, this is the best support I've ever had. Where when we were traveling, Safaricom gives us now the credits. We can communicate back home with our families, get in touch with what's happening back home. I also tell them what's happening, get some encouragement and some good lucks from our our members from my club, my local club, Strathmore Leos. So it's been amazing. And again, before you get to that point, you have to give some, you have to offer something. And for them to come on board, we had to come from the relegation side to now getting back to where we belong in the HSBC series, with also some help from our coach Kevin Mwema and Louis Kisia and Andrew Amonde and Steven Sewe, our top team manager, and also our top physio Lamek Bogonko. So for us, you need just to work. I'm pretty sure when we give our best this season, because our main goal is to get to the top 8, more money will come, more sponsors will be coming on board.
But for both Canada and Kenya, right? We said before earlier that they wouldn't be like mainstream rugby teams. But how big is it for just the game in general to have you guys playing at the top of your game?
Okay, like for, let's say, in Kenya, for me personally, I usually play to honor the legends. Kind of like Kayange, Injera. These are legends who really worked hard to put this game into the World Series. So first of all, us going down into relegation, really it was that sort of moment in the whole country. Like everyone was so gloomy, emotions were all over. And now again getting back, it really showed them that these guys really want to maintain where we took the team where it was. And it's through hard work. And again, we're also working to also make these young talents to know the worth. Getting to this big stage is kind of worth it. So it's like this the sport, or let me say Kenya Sevens, Shuja team. It's where we get to explore a lot. You get to meet other players. You get to learn new cultures. You get to travel all over the world. Get to meet different people. Personally, I'd never been to a plane since I was born. It's only these rugby sevens that brought me to my first debut in Hong Kong. So I really cherish it. That's why when I play with I do everything I can to maintain this flag and to also honor my legends and to pave way for the young talents. So they should know that this is a sport where whatever happens, just keep it where it should be. So that's why it's so special to me.
Doing the country proud.
Yeah, we have to. Yeah, sure.